Moltes gràcies. Gràcies. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Benvinguts I benvingudes.
Welcome, everyone. To those of you who were here before, welcome again. And here is where
we call them performative lectures or AV lectures. Anem a presentar dues.
We will introduce two performative or audiovisual talks because we have asked two artists, a duet and an artist, who have a long track record within Llum. They created pieces for many years, and we asked them to, instead of giving us a corporate keynote, quote unquote, including all of the pieces throughout their track record, that they should explore one topic and make it more like an experience we can enjoy on stage. This is something they do very well. So I hope you will enjoy this. To start,
for our international guests, we've asked two artists, one artist and one duet, to present two lectures that are not your average lectures, but something else. Like they're good at putting a scenification to things. They're good with lighting, with music, with visuals. So why not? I think that lectures could be more fun than they normally are. So first of all, I want to welcome to the stage to Antoni Arola. Molts de vosaltres ja el coneixeu, el Toni.
Many of you know Tony. They want to start clapping. Let me introduce him first. Antoni is an architect, an artist. The line that divides an artist from an architect is a very thin one. It is probably non-existent. He has a long track record working with light, also with photography. And within Llum, he has explored a technological side of things more related to the installation, and he has developed this under the watchful eye of Maria Well, the commissioner. A round of applause for Maria.
I quan li vam demanar al Toni que fes
And when we asked Tony to give us a performative talk, Maria said, Antoni has beautiful mock-ups. Well, let's then put them on stage. It shouldn't be too difficult. So we will now invite Tony to come on stage so that he can make us walk into his mock-ups work that he has carried out within and outside of Llum. So big round of applause for Antoni Arola.
Bon dia a tots. Totes.
Good morning, everyone.
Abans de començar...
Before we start, oh wow.
Puc passar?
Can I move on to the next slide? Wow.
Perdona.
Sorry.
Abans de començar vull explicar una anècdota.
Before we start, I wanted to tell you a story.
Ahir de nit se'm va acudir, no tenia preparat.
I thought of it last night. I hadn't prepared it.
Com va començar tota aquesta
Of how my work started not so many years ago. And it is related to people here in the room. It was 2017. I may be mistaken. I think 2017. I walked out of Simon, one of my regular clients, and in a warehouse I saw lights. They were preparing a party. Where are they? I cannot see them. And I said, oh wow, this is cool. When was it? 2017, 2018. And I thought I would love to do something like this, because I had done previous installations in 2011, 2014, previous things. And then I talked to Claudia and Gloria from the urban district, And I said, yeah, I would like to do something, because they were organizing it. And I said, I would like to do something like them, like play models. And they gave me the opportunity to work on some walls.
No?
It is a project in Poplar now. Oh, you see, I didn't remember it correctly. It was... Hold on. Maria, this wasn't prepared, but since we're at it... No, sorry. It was with Llum, not for off Llum. But they wanted to work with these side walls. I proposed to do something with the side walls, but then we had to find them, find who it belonged to. We started collaborating with Urban District, and they joined us in all of these work. It was a long time ago, but not so long ago.
2018.
It was 2018, 6 years ago. And all of my work of installations is 6-7 years. I was preparing something at the Simon warehouse, this big mock-up that you can see here, an experiment that I was working on, which ended up participating in Llum. So play modes, Maria, these all started about 6 years ago, and I came into this world. I come from industrial design, lighting, lamps, interior design, but not so much installations. But I said, well, these guys who do things so well, I want to do it too. I thought it was very attractive. So this is where the adventure began. And now, these are images of my work, mixed images of my work. I love to show... Oh, I can see it here as well. I love to show my universe like this, not separating design and art, as Antoni very well said. I like to do things that are beautiful. And a brief introduction before I get into the projects. You've probably heard this before, but I like to say it time and again. I like playing with light. I like to domesticate it. I like to make it my own, bringing it to the home, the domus. I'm obsessed with this. I like to reveal it. And it's like manipulating matter, the most beautiful matter, the most divine matter of all. I like to reproduce archetypes, natural and cultural. I like for all human beings to see themselves in it, for all of us to be able to understand it without words, with feelings. And I like to play with light in an aesthetic, conceptual and symbolic manner. Sometimes they mix, sometimes they don't. And I'm interested in blurring reality, as you can see in this first mock-up, this first model. I'm a bit nervous. There are so many known faces here. Blurring reality is something that has always attracted me. I don't know if it comes from my youth, drugs, but changing the perception of things, inviting people to alter their perception of the world is always an interesting concept for me. And I also like beauty. I claim beauty. I like for things to be beautiful, and I think beauty generates awareness still today. This was an introduction, and now we will talk about a few more things, which are light is not visible, and this is a contradiction, but it is so. You cannot see light. You can only see light when it bounces off an object. So we cannot see light in and of itself. In space, this is where we see it more clearly because the entire background is black, but all of space is full of light, at least the one that we know near us. And my work is related to how to make this light visible, how we trap this light to display it. And now I will present 3 allies, and I've realized over the years when I've summarized my previous work that I always work with the same allies, same 3 allies that I have not chosen, they have chosen me. One is related to the ray of light, which you will see in a minute. The second one is color. To me, the language of light is the same. And the third one is movement. You will see now that movement in this case is related to spinning. So I don't know how I came upon these allies. The divine ray, this ray that we all understand as divine, God is supposed to be above and to be the one who holds the light. And when we see a ray of light coming down, we all think of this. This is one of my ways of working with light. And normally when we see a ray of light, it means there is humidity, dust, smoke, pollution, or other particles to make it visible. And these elements are the ones that I work with to be able to do things like these historic examples of a hammam in Istanbul, Svodova, or a pantheon in Rome. These are classical examples in the representation of these rays of light. More representations of the divine rays. And it is a world that I like and that you will see that I use, or a classic painting like this from Del Bosco. And this was many years ago. When we see these at home, when the sunlight comes in, oh, this is too quick. These are the projects carried out over the past years that are related to this effect mainly. This is from last year in Llum, Barcelona. And these are different projects based on this same feeling. And I will tell you a bit about color now. I don't know how I'm doing on time. If I'm late, let me know. Color, I don't know why. I always dress in black, but there's always color in a relevant and impactful manner in my projects. I'm interested in the geography of color, the masters of the theory of color, or some relevant examples that have always been close to me, such as Kapoor, in this case, Barragan, Wilson. These are examples that use color in an impacting manner, and I've always been interested in this, and I've always liked it. But color is maybe more refined in the sky. At the Ebro River Delta, we've built a house so that we can observe the lights and the magnitude of color, as you can see here. This is a palette that I use. I think I'm the guy in this planet with the largest amount of pictures of the sky. I always love these degradations of color, etc. So based on that, we created a project here not so long ago, Digital Impact, at the Digital Impact Expo with Pep Salazar curated by José Luis de Vicente that was related to the sky colors. We created an archive of sky maps based on natural phenomena and artificial phenomena. And we mapped it, and we did an abstract reproduction of these colors,
d'aquestes sensacions
of these sensations that we all know.
a vegades penso, quan ho veig aquí, penso que és molt agosarat.
And when seeing it here, I think it's a bit daring to try to reproduce something as extraordinary as nature, but it made us think, and it brought other nuances and concepts.
Vale. I per últim parlem del moviment.
And last, I would like to speak about movement. Movement, this... Oh, I think I need to speed up. So air, when moving around, here's an installation with flying seats. And it has to do with this turn, with this twist I was mentioning before, which is similar to what Leonardo referred to. Within water or in water, there are movements that are not seen but still exist. So these patterns, or not to speak about planets or atoms, it's an idea that has trapped me in my projects, and you will see a few examples. Here's a maquette. It is indeed a pity. I had brought other maquettes with smoke, but I haven't been authorized to smoke the room, so I will show you the ones without smoke. They do not depict so much the pattern I was referring to before. The beam of light. And now, if you want to come with me, I'll try and move to the performance. This is you, in case you didn't know. So what is going on here in this box? In the studio, we always develop maquettes for our light projects. My obsession is that things need to be measured, and light is very difficult to draw, to be drawn. This is precisely what I was referring to before, the space perception and drawing perception. This performance was in Mexico with two mirrors, revolving mirrors, and two colors. Only two colors were used. This is a way to somehow lose track of reality. And I used Strauss music, like Kubrick in 2001. I don't know why this maquette resonated very much with Kubrick to me, but unfortunately the sound is not working. Again, this is the twist, the turn I was referring to. This was in the Simon facilities in 2008, and it was an experimental exercise which concluded or ended up producing these light effects, like in an oceanic world. We also used reflex and rotation. Again, the twist I was referring to before, in a very suitable place, in a very suitable facility that would be. And now, let's see the next one. This one dates from 2022? Yeah, 2022. In Olivartes, this installation is called Limbo. And it deals with this, or it includes these revolving panels with evolving colors, different scenographies. My aim was for visitors to get lost in the labyrinth.
Ens agrada posar cada una de les llums, cada un dels motors, els girs.
Each different light, the engines that enable the motion of the panels.
No sé si es veu molt bé. Bueno. Vale, pues ja està. Jo crec que això ja està. Volia donar les gràcies.
So this would be the end of my presentation. I would like to especially thank Maria Budell for having trusted in me, and I would like to thank my amazing team as well as Esther. Once again, thank you very much.